I'm literally in the middle of filming another vlog, but I'm just gonna start this one. I've been in a slump. I've been pretty, I guess, a little stressed lately. The holidays can do that, and then I liked the holidays and they were very fun, and then it's always very weird when it's over, right? Nico agrees. Kind of in this whirlwind, and then it's just over. I've been thinking a lot about sort of what kind of videos I want to do and why I'm in a slump and how to get out of it. And I've also been thinking a lot about reconsuming media and, why, kind of what that does for us. And I think I was turned to this idea because I was listening to Snark Squad Pod yesterday. Martinez and Nicole were talking about how they did a lot of reconsuming media this last year, and it felt really great to do. And my cat's gonna, okay. Nico. I reconsume TV shows and movies all the time. I promise there's not a ghost. There's just a kitten. I've done this for as long as I can remember, and I think a lot of us did. People make jokes a lot about how kids will rewatch the same movies over and over, and of course I did that too, and I do that now, honestly. Like, I totally understand why kids will just put the same movie on time after time, because they're like, I liked this one. I know I liked this one. Why would I put on a different one? And I'm still there in a lot of ways. I really have to, like, mentally prepare to watch something new, a new show or a new movie. So I'm always rewatching stuff, TV shows mostly. I'm like always watching episodes of The Office, or right now I'm rewatching Boy Meets World, which I haven't seen since I was a kid. So in a way, a lot of it's very new to me because, I'm in a very different place. Didn't age spectacularly in a lot of ways. Most 90s shows didn't. One thing I don't really do is reread books. And I think it's because I have so many, and I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm rereading a book. And that's silly because the point of reading is to enjoy myself, and I enjoy rereading books. So why am I not doing that more? I think it's a great way to get out of a slump, and it's something Sarah and I talked about before. We had a whole video about it, and I kind of want to do that this next week, I guess, or however long this takes me. His life's really tough. So I'm going to take you with me through my red shelves, and we're going to pick up just some books that I really like and that I find warm and comforting, and that I think I could just sink into like a bath. And maybe just some short books. I really don't know what I'm gonna pick. I'll probably pick more than I end up reading because I like doing that. So for now, let's wander to my red shelves. Wait a minute, these shelves aren't red. They're brown. I'm a very funny person. So up here, this left side, because these are my red shelves, and my cat, he's just hanging out too. All these top ones. And we're gonna start with some fantasy and see what happens. And we're gonna make sure that Nico doesn't ruin the world or drink my coffee. Please don't. That's mine. You can't have coffee. I'm just gonna tell you should go. Can you go? Oh my god. I've been thinking a lot about how much I'd love to reread Harry Potter because it's so comforting, but I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about that, and I don't think it's going to happen. Cinder is definitely very comforting. I don't have the whole series, and that's a lot to read. I don't think I want to read all those. The Demon King series is the same way. I love this series, and I really want to reread it. But no, just reread Lord of the Rings, or just read Lord of the Rings. If I had the Hunger Games, I would pick that up right now really fast. Maybe I'll find it at the thrift store today. I've been collecting these at the thrift store, and I found these two very easily, and then didn't find anything else. Okay. Something to reread. Oh. You know, I haven't read The Hobbit in a really long time. This is a very old copy of The Hobbit. I got it in 8th grade. I've destroyed it. I don't even know what all of this stuff is because I had taken the cover off and then I just dropped it on the floor. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I just found notes from 8th grade. Oh my goodness. Alright, you can see my 8th grade me. There's my name. This was my cycle in middle school. 810C. I had to write stuff about hobbits, I guess. I just gotta say, the most interesting thing about this is that my handwriting has not fucking changed. I still write like 13-year-old Rebecca. So The Hobbit, I think, has potential. I've really done fucked this book up, huh? Okay. Where are we gonna make a pile? Right here. The Hobbit. Potential. You know, I've been wanting to read Winter Spell. I found this book really fun when I read it, but it's kind of long, and I don't know if I'd consider this a comfort exactly. Maybe next Christmas. Radiance. Grace Draven is so fun. And yeah, she writes very easy to consume romance. This also, oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, this also has great potential. Except I'm wanting to reread it before reading the sequel anyway. So, that I think is good. What else we got? Graceling's so tempting, but I already picked up 2 books, and I have not even left my fantasy shelves yet. So, let's put a hold on Graceling. I 100% want to reread the Kate Daniels books, but I think that's going to be a monthly, the thing I do 1 month. Although I'm probably going to do it faster than I think. Okay, I think these are all a no. You know, I loved this duology. I thought it was so much fun and very easy to consume, but that's a maybe. I'm not going to take it off, but if I don't pick many other books, then I will consider these 2 for sure. Oh, I only just read this a few months ago, but it was so fun and just kind of my type of humor, so I think that's a definite. Things with my sense of humor, things that are comedic in the way that I enjoy personally, is very comforting to me, and I like comedy a lot. That's kind of what I default to, so I'd love to reread Dreadnought and Sovereign. If you have not read them, please do, but I'm probably going to wait until there's an announcement on the 3rd book, because I'd like to reread them both before that happens. Okay, on to contemporary. Last time I was in a bad slump, I reread Holes, and it was such a delight, but I think I'm gonna hang on for a second and try not to go that direction. Okay. Not really feeling anything here. Let's move down. This is more historical stuff, which is probably gonna be a no. No, and then this is my historical weird fantasy section, which is mostly Cat Winters, and then these 2 books by Sarah Fine. I really enjoy some Cat Winters, but I don't think it's what I'm looking for at the moment. Okay, some nonfiction up here. I don't think nonfiction's gonna be where it's at right now. Horror next. I can really get down to reread some horror, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Thrillers here. Murder mysteries. No. Okay, more horror. Small Spaces is tempting, but I just love horror on Halloween so much. Oh, hello. It's been a while. Okay, I didn't pick up nearly enough books, so I only picked up 3, which isn't bad, but I'd like to have more options. This is hard. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I think part of the problem is that I lent a bunch of books to John's nephew, and a lot of them were favorites. So I'm gonna see if we can get them back because it was like a while ago. It was last summer that we lent them, and I don't think they're really interested in reading them. So I think I'll update you if I get some of those back because I really want to reread The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo. The sequel's coming out Nico. The sequel to Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo comes out in a couple weeks, the end of the month. So I'd love to reread it before that. He also has a lot of other comfort books for me. Howl's Moving Castle and Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Those are definite, my kind of humor and magic and whimsy comfort picks. So I'll see if I can get some of those back. And in the meantime, I'm going to reread one of these. And I do have the next book in the All Systems Read, the Murderbot series. These. I actually think I have the next 3. So maybe this will be a good way to ease me into reading something new because they're short and really easy to consume. So I don't know why I'm starting this today. I'm very busy today. I have a lot to do. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get a chance to read. I'm not really sure. But I might not get to update you until tomorrow because I'm still kind of uncomfortable like vlogging with John around, and I know I have to get through that, and I will. But is today going to be the day? I don't know. Do you like this horrible angle from my library? You can really see all my writing crap in my messy desk because I need to clean it. Hello. I'm about to go to the thrift store to donate a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to like Marie Kondo the house a little bit. And we started with our bedroom, so I got rid of a lot of clothes and stuff. And then after that, grocery store. Probably won't take you around there because that's boring. But I wanted to talk about where I'm starting reading wise. I think I'm going to start with The Hobbit. I'm a little torn between The Hobbit and All Systems Read, the first in the Murderbot Diaries. That one's just so short that I'm thinking I might start there because I'll be able to finish it so quickly. And I think finishing something will just like really make me feel a bit more positive and optimistic. So, and then maybe I'll be really inclined to read the second book. I don't know if other people feel like this, but I used to desperately pick up sequels after reading the first book in a series. Like I would instantly go grab it from like the library. I really miss this about myself, and I don't tend to do it anymore. I feel like I need breaks from worlds now. And maybe I'm just not picking up books that I want to be in the world in that long, but I miss like marathoning a series like that, and I want to try to do it again with some things. I did find The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo and Howl's Moving Castle at my library. Well, online. It's Sunday, so the library's closed, but I put Howl's Moving Castle on hold. Epic Crush is actually at my library. It doesn't have to transfer or anything. So I then like went bananas and like putting things on hold from the library. I'm trying hard to not buy books this year so much, and I feel like part of the reason I used to read a lot more is that I would get them from the library, and then there's a quite literal timestamp on when you can finish it. So I would go to the library, grab like 8 books, finish those before they were due, and then bring them back and get another 8. And I miss doing that. I really love doing that. I do still want to read from my shelves and do a large on haul, which I think will be really fun and important. And then I want to try to focus on buying books when I'm so positive that I want them. I'll probably still keep buying used books occasionally when I see them because I've discovered some great books that way. Bought so many new books really compulsively that once I heard a little bit more about it, I wasn't even interested anymore. So there are some sequels that I really want to support and buy and that I'm excited about. And I still want to support debut novels sometimes because I think that's great. But for the most part, I'm going to try to use my library a little bit more and work from my library, the one that's in my house. We'll see how that goes this year. I'm also about to go to the thrift store, and I'll probably be looking at books. I was so good. I didn't buy a single book. I almost did. I also could not find a copy of The Hunger Games. I did, however, see 6 copies of Catching Fire. Apparently, no one wants that one. So I am still on the hunt for The Hunger Games, which shockingly I have not found. I guess I am being weirdly picky about the edition, which I'm normally not. My God. Because I have the hardback of the other 2, I really want a hardback of The Hunger Games, and all I ever see are the paperbacks.
but it's fine.
So, in a shocking turn of events, I finished All Systems Red last night, and I read half of the second one. Is the slump over? The slump is never over. But I did love rereading All Systems Red. There is so much in this book, in this like 150 page book, and I think he's just always in the room I'm in doing this. It really was helpful to reread this, I think, because I had a better grasp of the characters this time and the plot. So that was really helpful. I just love Murderbot so much. I love how it is such a really good reflection of social anxiety that a lot of us suffer from. I love how Murderbot needs to it has like this urge to start watching like its favorite TV shows whenever it has to like make a tough decision or think about something that it doesn't want to think about. This is so relatable for me, and I imagine a lot of other people. I I can imagine that if I was able to just access in my head like my favorite TV shows that are comforting to me, I would absolutely have the urge to do that while I'm in the middle of conversation with someone that I don't want to be in. So I really like those aspects of it a lot. So I have a lot to do today. Again, um, I'm recapping the Charmed reboot with Marinez over on Star Squad, and I'm about to do like my first recap. I've just been commenting so far. So I'm going to recap an episode. I said I was going to do it like a while ago, and then like the holidays happened, and it was kind of a whirlwind. I'm a little nervous. I haven't really written so much in a while, and I don't know. This is just a very different kind of thing. I'm also I'm going to go to the library after that. That's my reward. I'm going to go to the library. And then I need to clean up my vanity area. It is just an absolute mess. And my husband and I went through all of our drawers and closets and organized all of that. So this is like the last part of my room that's really chaos. And I got some shelves to hang up, and I'm just going to reorganize the whole thing. And I'm really excited about that. So that's my day. I probably won't read until tonight. I probably have other things to do. I don't know. It's day 3 of whatever I'm doing here. I wanted to do so much more last night, and then I got, I don't know, really tired and kind of down, so I didn't. And then I couldn't really sleep well last night. I woke up at 3 a.m., and I've been up since then. It's like 8:30 now. I feel awful. So I'm not really going to do much today, except maybe read, hopefully. I finished Artificial Condition yesterday and really, really loved it. I liked the addition of art a lot in this. Art is like this spaceship that Murderbot kind of befriends, and I love their weird, awkward kind of friendship, and I love the idea of these two robots trying to like imitate a human and like interpreting like little things that humans do and what they mean. It's very funny. As you can see, I'm watching The Office. I have been watching The Office since 3 in the morning. Another thing I really like that this did, I love how in both books there's such a strong conversation about morals and having morals without fear of punishment. I think because I grew up in a very non religious person, and I've always been a very non religious person, and sometimes I hear religious people say that you can't trust someone who doesn't have like the fear of God in them, because like what would stop them from doing something wrong? And those people always kind of scare the shit out of me. Because like, is that the only thing preventing you from doing something wrong? Like, I'm I don't believe in God, so I'm not afraid of punishment, but I don't do horrible things because I'm not a dick, because it's just a wrong thing to do. And in this book, in these novellas, Murderbot no longer has to follow, you know, these rules that it was originally given, but it still is, and it's still very loyal and dedicated, and it's doing it by choice. So I really like that discussion that's been happening. Last night I asked Sarah if she wanted to read Radiance by Grace Draven with me, and she did say she did. In the time it took her to answer me, which wasn't that long, I started reading The Hobbit, so I kind of started reading The Hobbit. But I got Sarah reading Radiance, and hopefully I'll be able to join her soon. I'm like 50 or 60 pages into The Hobbit. It's so very cute. I think what I'm really liking about rereading The Hobbit is that even though I haven't read it since I was like 13, the world is obviously still really, really familiar. And so I don't need to pay all that much attention to the world building or anything like that. I could just kind of go with the flow. So that's been really fun. I'm still really enjoying that. Not sure how much I'll update today or what I'll do. I don't know. I've been sick for like a month and it keeps like getting better and then getting worse, and I've tried so many different medications. I'm going to the doctor next week, but I'm just really tired. Hello, world! You are listening to a series of unfortunate sequels where we explore the highs
and the lows
of cinema's most enduring franchises. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
And today we are talking about IMDb's lowest rated movie in the Rocky franchise, which is Rocky 5.
Yes.
Subtitled, you probably didn't remember this one existed.
Yes, that is correct. One of the... I think one of the only of the actual Rocky franchises outside of Creed where Rocky's not like the fighter in the movie, which is probably why it's the lowest rated.
Okay, what did he fight in Rocky Balboa?
Yes, he did. He came out of retirement for that one.
Oh, okay, interesting. Had you seen this one beforehand? Is a question I wanted to ask.
I have seen this one, yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
was I hadn't seen the one with Mr. T, and I hadn't seen Rocky Balboa. I had seen this one.
So you missed 4 and 6, but you saw 5.
Yeah. Like you do.
I had to make sure you didn't miss that one.
No, actually, it was, I missed 3 and 6.
Oh, okay.
The Russian one is 4.
Okay, yeah.
Which you can tell because this picks up right where that one like literally seconds after that one ends.
And it was the whole opening credits sequence. They're going through and like showing you like the end of Rocky 4, and that's how this movie opens. Which I was like, I thought I was going to be missing so much because I only have seen Creed and Creed 2, and then for the last episode I watched Rocky 1. And I was like, I feel like I'm going to be kind of lost. Was not lost. I was like, this feels redundant to me, even. As someone who hasn't seen Rocky 4, I don't even need this information. Probably because Creed 2, though. It was such a big part of Creed 2.
Yeah.
Was the Russian. I keep calling him German because he's blonde, and I want to assume he's German. And you know, it's America. The villains are Russian or German.
But he will crush you.
Once I remember the accent.
Break. Damn it was break, not crush. I blew it, guys. I'm sorry.
We're starting over.
I'm sorry. Can we cut it?
We'll cut it.
Let's cut it.
Hello,
we'll
world.
Fix it in post.
And welcome to Stand. It is Thursday, and before anyone asks, I do still have my Christmas stuff up. We leave our Christmas stuff up, probably through like most of January. I like Christmas, and I light it up at night still, and it makes me warm and happy to get us through the dreary winter. I'm still sick. We filmed the podcast yesterday. I have to edit it today. We post those. I usually get them up Thursday night, like late at night, so by Monday they're like on all the platforms and stuff. My house is getting kind of messier, which, like, my house is never spotless, but if you know me, you know I like things fairly clean, so I'm getting a little stressed, but I'm also so tired and, like, not feeling well and don't want to clean. I did yesterday finish The Hobbit, and it's funny how it's a short book, but it did, like, take me a little bit longer. I forget, I feel like I always remember, I do remember the denseness of Tolkien's writing, but The Hobbit I remembered as being a little bit lighter. It still was much lighter than Lord of the Rings, but still, like, yeah, like, I'm actually surprised that I really enjoyed this when I was 13 for some reason. I think because I wasn't reading books like it at the time at all. So I did still really like this. It was nice to reread because it's funny, some things I vividly remembered and some things I vividly do not remember. And I haven't really seen the movies. I saw the first one. It was terrible. Why? Why? I think I'm still wanting to reread things and not jump to something new. Unless I pick up another Murderbot book, which I might pick up the third one. I'm not sure. I also still have Radiance by Grace Draven. Sarah hasn't said anything about reading any more of it, but she did say she was going to pick it up the other night. I don't know. We'll see. I don't feel like doing fucking anything today. And I think I have to leave the house at some point because we need more cat food. Maybe I'll go to the library. I'm waiting for my holds to come in, and then I'll go to the library, but they haven't come in yet. But maybe soon. It's just a blah day. This might be it. This might be all of Thursday. I left the house. Oh my god. I have not left the house in a while, honestly, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. I went to the library and I've started reading My Time Among the Whites. I think I am officially getting to a point where I want to be reading new things, but I'd like them to be short. And I'm about 70 pages into this and really I'm really enjoying it. The one book I got that's not really short is House of Salt and Sorrows. I was just kind of looking, like, browsing along the library stuff, and I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I kept thinking, like, oh, I should buy that. I kind of want to read it. And then I'm like, just get it at the library. Like, take a breath. I had put Every Heart a Doorway on hold because I've never read the series, and it had to come from another library. But I looked in mine just to see if they had any more, and they had the next two also. So I got the first 3 books in that series. I'm kind of hoping that I'll just get really invested. They're so short, and just finishing things right now has been, like, so helpful. Like, I've read 3 books kind of this week, and it's Thursday, and that's a really big deal right now because I hadn't finished a book since before Christmas, I think. So I need 2 more novellas, but still. I did get 1 book that I've already read. I did grab The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo. What really made me sad, I'm so glad my library had this, but this book's looking too fresh. This book is not getting checked out, and that is upsetting because it's such a fun book. Please read it if you haven't. So that's what I did today. When I started A Link to the Past, which I may have put clips in of me starting that game. That was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. I got it when I was like 7 years old, and it was my first Zelda game, and little did I know how much it would open up my world to video games. It's probably one of the reasons that I kept playing video games even after my sisters grew out of it. I just loved Zelda so much. I've never beaten A Link to the Past for some reason, so I would like to. I'm not sure how tomorrow's gonna go because John works from home on Fridays. I really want to shoot a video, but I just feel like crap, and if I talk for too long, like, I get like nasty. It's just hard to talk for too long of a time. Even these, like, short clips start to get gross. So maybe I'll feel better tomorrow. Something that I've been telling myself every night for like 2.5 weeks. Hello. Happy Friday. I still feel like garbage, especially after cleaning my vanity area, actually, which I did do. I'm really happy with how that came out, and now our room is, like, done. It's organized, and it has been tidied up, and now I have to work my way out. I started with the easiest room, and it still took like a week. I finished My Time Among the Whites today. I'm not like 100% sure on how I feel about it. I really did enjoy it. I tend to like these kind of quieter nonfiction stories where the author is just giving you little anecdotes, just little pieces of their life. Some of the complaints I've heard about this book is that it's out of order, and I didn't particularly mind that, to be honest. It reminded me a lot of You Can't Touch My Hair by Phoebe Robinson, which I loved. I read that several years ago. I'd like to reread that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But that one I enjoyed a little bit more, just because Phoebe Robinson is more of like a comedian, and she writes things that are funny, and as I've said, I very much enjoy comedy, and I feel like we have a similar sense of humor, so I, found that more enjoyable to read. However, this was still very informative and good. A lot of people were talking about it because the author had spoken at a university, and then a bunch of white people went out and like burned her books, and it was ridiculous and disgusting, and like stuff that when you're white you forget happens all the time still. However, obviously it just brought so much more attention to her books, so I also started Every Heart a Doorway, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. I'm close to the halfway point. Loving it. Really loving it. So glad I picked it up. And I have the next 2 in the series. I might finish this tonight, probably tomorrow. I kind of just want to like drink wine and play League of Legends and other video games right now. So I might not read more of this today, but I might.
You see a big pile of gold in there. Like the whole chest is just full of gold, and then at the very top of all the gold, there is a little like it's like a bowstring. It looks like a bowstring.
Ooh.
Just the string?
Just the string.
How do you know it's a bowstring?
He knows it's a bowstring. He's an assassin.
Bowstring, okay.
Like a bowstring for like a bow and arrow.
Okay, like a short bow.
Hello. It is Monday, and this will be me wrapping up my vlog. This is the first time I'm ever getting to wrap up a vlog. Now I have to see if I actually edit it. I was just going to stop on Saturday, because that would be like a week, I think. But Saturday wasn't a great day, honestly. I was just kind of home alone, and I was feeling pretty down. I didn't want to read. I was still sick. So it just wasn't a good wrap up. So on Sunday, I went to Sarah's new house, which was really exciting. I finally got to see her new house. And I'm so excited for all of like her upcoming projects that she's doing on it, and I want to try to help. Why did you... This is my nail file. You don't need to file your nails, honey. Or your teeth, because you were chewing it. But that's where we were yesterday, and you got to see a little D&D there. Not much. We've been getting together every month for about a year now, and we still have a lot of fun. I'm really excited. We started out with 5 of us, actually. My husband DMs. He's the dungeon master. And I played with Sarah and her husband Mark, and then our friends Kevin and our other friend Mike. Shortly after we started playing, Mike had to go on tour. He's a musician, and it was a really amazing opportunity for him. So he left us, and we knew he was moving back. And my husband had kind of spoiled this for me, actually, because we usually have D&D here, and he had forgotten that we were going to be going to Sarah's. So he had Mike secretly drive over to Sarah's house and then reintroduce his character, which was really funny and really cool. We like adjusted to playing just the 4 of us with my husband DMing, but we're really excited to add him again, like have this other person in the party. Like it really shakes things up, and it's super fun. So today I went to the doctor, and I have antibiotics now, so I thought that would be a nice place to end this too. This is like my I'm in a reading slump and I'm sick vlog. I'm ending it on antibiotics and not totally in a slump, but also just still reading or wanting to reread books or read short books. I finished Every Heart a Doorway though while I was waiting in the waiting room. I didn't have much left. I loved it so much. The very end, I actually don't love the thing that happened at the very end. I think I would have preferred if it didn't, but I still really liked it, and I'm still very excited to, read following books in the series. I have the next two, I think. This is what I've read in the vlog. This is what I've read for the year so far. I've read 5 books. They're all short rereads, or The Hobbit. I mean, The Hobbit's not long, but it's a little bit more dense than the rest of the books that I've read. And I really enjoyed all of these reads. So I'd say it's been a success in trying to push me into reading again, because I just haven't been wanting to pick up books, longer books. This is what else I've gotten from the library. So I'll have to read them soon. This is gonna get out of hand, the library thing, but I'm excited about that because I do want to read books on my shelves, but I also want to make sure I'm not spending so much money on books, We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thanks for sticking around if you watched this. I don't know how entertaining it was. I do want to do more videos like this, with more of a theme. I'm trying to think about how I want to go about it and whatnot. Hopefully I'll be shooting videos soon. Maybe the antibiotics will kick in. We think I have a sinus infection. So I just want to feel like a fucking human again and not feel so disgusting, because I can't talk for too long without getting nasty. And I think that's it. So join me in the future when I'm doing another vlog. Unless I didn't edit this one and this video just sits in my phone for a really long time until like a year from now, I get upset and delete it all.